Hello, everyone, and welcome. This is your Frontier Opening Bell. Let's get the show started. This Tuesday, the 7th of February, and this was how some of the markets, big markets on the continent, finished off on Monday. The Nigerian stock market up by 0.3%. The PRVM up by the same margin as the composite, 289. The Egyptian market up by roughly 2%. That's much bigger. The Nairobi bourse up by 1/10, and the South African market down by 0.82%. In sympathy with the rest of the emerging markets and developed markets around the world. So that's it. The JSE still has been in and out of the new 80,000 psychological reading since 2023 started. So let's just take that on and look at the top stories making headlines, starting with East Africa, always within Nairobi Securities Exchange, looking at a new listings of real estate investment trust papers as the market begins to deepen in East Africa's biggest economy. And rising taxes and the weak shilling are the chief concerns of CEOs right now, according to the central bank chief, Patrick Njoroge, while Elon Musk says he's going to flout his Starlink platform to provide high-speed internet link to Rwanda and enhance the ease of doing business in one of the most stable economic and business environment in sub-Saharan Africa. And DRC reporting that in 2022, the total zinc production by the company went down by 23%, while Mauritius private equity firm Adenia Partners is in talks to fully acquire Java House. Let's look into West Africa with the news coming through late yesterday, Monday evening, that Abuja High Court has stopped a petition brought before the courts looking to stop the Central Bank of Nigeria from moving ahead with this Friday's deadline, February the 10th, to introduce new Naira notes as well as set limits for cash withdrawal. The judge throughout the case says it has no merit. Now asks the Central Bank and the President of Nigeria to move ahead and ensure that the new cash limits withdrawal, which is 500,000 Naira per week per individual, and the deadline to withdraw 200, 500, and 1,000 old notes and replace them with a new one, continue as planned. Today, we will be hearing from the Nigeria Investment Promotion Commission that will be speaking to investors and other stakeholders at a forum on the new strategic roadmap that is being introduced. We want to see the duration, what does it involve as Nigeria look to strategic foreign direct investment to reduce the country's debts and getting much needed both local and foreign capital. And the Central Bank of Ghana says it's going to stop the financing of fiscal or budget deficit of the government, while the parliament has okayed the securitizing of $3.3 billion of ways and means which the government of President Nana Akufo-Addo took from the Bank of Ghana. The IMF has granted Mauritania about $87 million in financing facility, and that's the latest from the Western Sahara. Let's take it up. All and look into Southern Africa with the South Africa Vice President departing, the whole cabinet reshuffling that President Cyril Ramaphosa is looking to achieve. In the meantime, this Reserve Bank of Malawi has left interest rates unchanged at 19%, while Sanlam, the insurance powerhouse, has acquired all shares of Bright Rock. And IMB, which is the investment banking arm of First Round of South Africa, has set up an office in New York. The idea is to attract funding and investment into Africa and using the RMB office in New York as that window. And after the U.S.-Africa's Leaders Summit at the end of last year, hosted by U.S. President Joe Biden, the U.S.-Africa Business Summit will now take place July 11th to 14th in Gaborone, Botswana, the diamond-rich enclave in sub-Saharan Africa. And South Africa is reporting total mineral production for last year for the country at about 1.18 trillion rand. And that was quite hefty. Just a few notches, however, above the figure for 2021. And finally, in North Africa, the Tunisian markets yesterday bucked the trend between Casablanca, the upside that we saw in Casablanca in Morocco, as well as the Egyptian stock markets on the back of the political issues there. But Egypt and Romania have signed an MOU on gas transportation, while Russia is looking to increase diesel exports to Morocco because of the effect of the European Union's sanctions or embargo on Russian oil. And Air Arabia Morocco is launching a new flight that will connect 3 Moroccan cities directly into Europe. The ties between Morocco and Europe is getting stronger by the day on the business, economic, and bilateral trade, among others. And finally, Morocco says its unemployment was down to about 11.8% as of December last year. That figure is a whole lot higher in a number of African economies in sub-Saharan Africa, such as Nigeria and South Africa. And that's about it for today on your Frontier Opening Bell. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you next time.